Yo, still Bill, what's the deal, man? Nigga, I'm back like cook crack. It's hump day. I'm just now getting off the clockage. Heading home to do what it is that I do. Feed my family before I go to the motherfucking gym. But peep game, man, we gotta get into this shit, man. And that's I came across this shit and just a lot of shit. A lot of times I don't I don't fully digest everything. Sometimes it takes I don't fully digest everything as it's happening. Sometimes it takes for me, a little while for the information to begin to register. And yeah, man, I'm human. I got my flaws, I got my errors, man. But when you look at this shit that I'm about to talk about, it's just the most disgusting thing in the world, man. How the fuck are you going to put the Better Be It versus Bivol undercard as a behind the paywall, but you can have ESPN to watch the main event, man? Like that shit just doesn't make much sense, man. Listen, Turkey Al Sheik is doing really good work. Oh shit, Turkey Al Sheik is doing really good work as a boxing promoter, man. But he, just this shit is really getting out of hand with the putting the fight behind the paywall. Yeah, we can blame the PBC for the oversaturation of pay-per-views. But at some point, somebody got to say, "All right, we not finna be them dudes. We got to stand apart from them because this shit is getting ridiculous, man." Even Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, all of the fights that they're putting behind paywalls, bro, it's just really getting to a point where it's like, dog, this is not conducive to solidifying the boxing public up here in America. And y'all got a lot of nerve to sit here and complain about streams and all that and illegal stream sites, but y'all keep doing this stupid shit. Y'all keep putting any any halfway decent type of fight behind a fucking paywall. The PBC has spent years doing that, and we've been, criticizing them for doing that shit. But then y'all turn around and do the same damn thing. Like, oh, well, they did it, so I guess we can get away with it, nigga. No, bro. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? What makes you think? We just saw Shakur Stevenson with Artunya, and the amount of complaints that he got for that fight sent him onto a Twitter tirade. Well, he was banging on. He literally, I'm sure he went down everybody in his feed that said something slick about him and responded to him. That's how disgruntled people are with Shakur Stevenson. And you gonna put him on he's technically the main event for the DAZN card, and you gonna rob us for putting him in there with a Joe Cordina who just got knocked out by I can't even remember how to pronounce my man's name. Down at 130, you're gonna rob us. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? That fight is worthy of being a pay-per-view attraction because of the fucking main event. That's the only reason why that's the only reason that fight is worth the fucking money that y'all are trying, the price point that y'all are trying to put on it. That's the justification for it. Because of Bivol and Better BF being on the main event. Jail Bataya versus I can't remember my man's name, but that's we want to see Jail Bataya again. We definitely want to see Frazier versus Wardley again. Like those are balling ass fights. Those are balling ass fights. Sky Nicholson and Raven Chapman. All right, cool. We get to see Chris Eubank Jr. in there with fucking Zarameda. All right, cool. We get to see Chris Eubank Jr. again. And if Ben Whitaker, all right, cool. These are not fighters that the American public is familiar with. Only fighters that the American public is going to know is Shakur Stevenson, Better Be Even Bivol. That's it. That's it. They're not going to know who the fuck Chris Eubank Jr. is, even though he trained under Bromack for a time period. And he trained under Roy Jones Jr. for a time period. That's it, my nigga. So why the fuck are we being punished for some fighters that we don't even know outside of Shakur Stevenson? This shit is really getting ridiculous, man. Like it's not even funny, bro. Like that. If you got someone like a Miguel Cotto, who the minute his numbers begin to dip, he went right back to HBO, regular HBO. I remember Miguel Cotto fighting as the main event for, I forget who Bud fought, but it was the last time Bud got booed in the arena. That was the last time he got booed in the arena. He was the undercard for that Miguel Cotto fight. Was it don't even, it was Edmund Rosario, I think, or some shit like that. I can't remember exactly who was it. It was I don't think it was I don't think it was Daniel Gill. It was one of those fighters, but he reverted back to being a regular HBO fighter because his numbers dipped. His stock was just driving. He was on the dropping. He was on a losing streak. It was the future was looking real grim for Miguel Cotto at that time, and he said, "Yo, let me just go back to my roots," and went right back to HBO, regular HBO. But you motherfuckers in real life think that y'all are, oh my nigga, y'all motherfuckers real life think y'all are entitled to some sort of. Just, at this point, it ain't even the fighters. At this point, it's not even the fighters. It's the promoters, man. Eddie Hearn, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Because you were the main dude who was running your mouth about this isn't, we trying, we done with pay-per-views. We done with the pay-per-view game. All right, cool. And then you give us the zone platform. You give us a few Canelo fights on the zone platform. For now, you gave us him versus Callum Smith. You give us him versus Abney Yildirim. You give us him versus Billy Joe Saunders. And then after the motherfucking what you call it, after he goes undisputed against Caleb Plant, I think you gave us him versus Bivol for free, and then you go right back to him and Golovkin for another $60 price point on top of the 20 that we get, the 20 or the however much for the year subscription you get for the DAZN app. And now just if this you man, listen, dog, the shit is just really getting out of hand, and y'all just keep trying to find a way to put your hands in our pocket, and then y'all get mad when we fucking bang back and show resistance and find us a streaming site, my nigga. Come on, bro. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is not a fight. That's a necessity. This is not a fight card. That's a necessity to the American public, and even if it was, that doesn't justify you motherfuckers putting it behind the paywall. It doesn't. And then you will put it behind a paywall and then tell us, yo, well, we airing the main event live on ESPN Plus, bro. Bro, listen, man, you're going to have to talk some sense into Turkey Al-Sheikh. You're going to have to talk some sense into that dude, bro, because this shit is way out of whack. It's way out of whack. It is way out of whack. We got this fight right here that happens in what? October? September, we got Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua behind the paywall. That's late September. Mid-September, we got Canelo versus Edgar fucking Berlanga behind the paywall. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You about to give us fucking Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury behind another paywall, bro? What, bro? $80, $90. What? How many when Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather was at their fever pitch, how many pay-per-views did we get outside of them? Between those two fighters, they only fought about twice a year. So you get maybe 4 pay-per-views that year, unless it was another fight that was just undeniable. All right, we got to put this fight behind the paywall. Now, how many fights get put on pay-per-view in the now? How many fights get put on pay-per-view in the now, bro? Y'all had the nerve. They had the nerve to give. I'll never understand how you could get. Well, how would it even crawl in your head to okay Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin on pay-per-view? We can talk about that. The PBC went on a year of giving us bullshit fights on pay-per-view. A full fucking year, and I know for a fact when they're back in the equation, and they're gonna continue to go down that path. Well, we get punished as consumers because they can't foot the bill, and they don't want to tell these fighters, man, nah, you're not worth no 3 and 4 mil, Brody. You're not. You got the game fucked up. You're not getting that money. You can take it or leave it. You'll go inactive. This is the stupidest shit in the world. And if it's not enough for them to do that shit, y'all want to turn around and repeat the same shit. Y'all want to turn around and charge us $80 on top of the DAZN subscription that we have. Even if you pay, yeah, we're gonna give you, we'll give you a discount on this fight right here. Okay, cool. What's the discount? A $20 discount. So I'm still out $60. Still out $60, bro. Come on, man. This This is a poor man's sport. Niggas is regular, everyday 9 to 5 workers, blue collar workers. We ain't Donald Duck. We ain't swimming in riches. And even if I was riches, just certain I'm smart enough to know if I pay for this fight right here, there's a chance that you'll try and resell me another bullshit fight like this. That is a good fight, but it ain't a pay-per-view worthy fight. If Williams Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson get on if they get in the ring next year, y'all are gonna do some wild shit like try to put that behind the paywall, and it's not a pay-per-view fight. Y'all understood what the fuck was going on with the pay-per-view market. Y'all understood that shit. That's why y'all moved away from it and did a great job doing it. But now here comes Turkey Alice. She put these cash interjections into the sport, and y'all spike up the pay-per-views. Y'all spiking them hoes up for fights like this. This is not a pay-per-view worthy fight without Dmitry Bivol and Beterbiev headlining it. Without them headlining it, no. That makes no sense, because that's the main fight that everybody wants to see because it unifies the entire division. And you think we want to sit up here and pay to watch Shakur Stevenson fight Joe Cordina? Man, y'all got the game so fucked up, bro. At some point, some promoter has to be like, "Yo, we can't continue to punish the consumer." Because I do want to see Fabio Wardley versus Frazier Clark. I want to see that rematch. I want to see Raven Chapman versus Sky Nicholson. I want to see Jairo Pataya again. But these are not pay-per-view fighters, bro. They're not. I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight again, and see if he's listening to the critics that he's getting that he's getting on Twitter and on social media, just on social media in general. See if he's listening to that and he's heeding those critiques and he makes those adjustments in his game. I want to see if he's doing that shit. But not for no $80, no $60, even if it's $30, my nigga, I don't want to pay that shit because this is not a pay-per-view worthy fight. If I have ESPN Plus with my Disney Plus app, why the fuck am I going to go and spend another X amount of dollars to pay for a fight that isn't even as competitive as that fight right there? Outside of maybe a Raven Chapman versus Sky Nicholson. And that is not a fight that's worth paying for. Who is going to talk to the Turk? Who is going to talk to the Turk, bro? Because for Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, for those metrics to show up, showing the amount of fights that got streamed, or the amount of streamers that would that stream that fight, that shows you there's an interest in the sport and there's a demand for the sport. That shows that. But when a regular blue collar 9 to 5 nigga is spending $100+ $200, $250 a month on pay-per-views, what makes you think you can maintain this shit? After a while, those fighters that y'all are giving these these wild drag out purses, you gonna have to tell, hey bro, you're just not cutting the mustard. You dig? You're not a marketable fighter like that. So we gonna have to dial back on this on this bag right here. And we just gonna have to fight you a multitude of times a year, which is beneficial to you anyway, because the amount of time you spend out of the gym not getting a fight, you're steady making, you're getting a steady payday, and you're staying sharp. So when that big fight comes around that does acquire a big bag to it, you more than ready to not only receive the bag, but you're that much more in a better position to win the fight. Niggas don't think like that though, because people are so fucking short-sighted. And with y'all being short-sighted, we get punished for it. Well, they get punished for it, because I'm not paying for that shit. I'm not. Y'all promoters are getting real fucking lazy when it comes to this, man, and arrogant too. I don't give a fuck about how much money the Turk is pouring into the sport of boxing. None of that shit is going in my pocket. None of it. None of it. I can salute that man and say, yo, man, I like the work that you're doing in the, for the game. I salute it. I fucks with it, but is that nigga gonna give me 10 bands to pay for this fight? No, he's not. Y'all putting every fight behind a fucking paywall and think that we supposed to sit there and be okay with it when we just went through that shit for the past 2 years with the PBC. And they ran out of business They got a fucking going out of, what's that? Babyface got a song called "We Going Out of Business." That's the song. That's the theme song of the PBC. They went bankrupt, fucking doing this dumb shit, overpaying fighters, and then expecting us to pay for, compensate the fighters for the bag that they want, that they think they're entitled to. Fuck out of here. No, my nigga, no, it's not happening. I'm not paying for no fucking Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina. I wouldn't pay for Shakur Stevenson versus Williams Zapata if we being all the way real, unless that undercard was super stacked. And that's gonna run this course as well, because people only have such their attention span only can go for but so long, bro. After a while, you ready to do something else. After 3 hours, 4 hours, you all right, cool. Like I just had my fill of boxing for the day, man. Let me. I feel like playing the game now, man. I want to surf YouTube, man. I don't know, man. Let me go watch this movie. I might want to go see Alien Romulus again, man. I don't know. Craven gonna fuck around and Craven is coming out in December, man. I don't. Let me go watch this shit. That's gonna run its course. Overstacking these cards, 6 and 7 fight under 6 and 7 co-main to main attraction fights deep on one card. That's eventually gonna run his course. That's gonna run his course. And if he ain't learned with that Eminem performance, my nigga, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. It's only but for so long you can keep a man's attention or a woman's attention before they start diverting into other shit. And that's good. I'm telling you. You dig? The Turk is doing great work in the sport of boxing, man. But yo, man, at some point you got to start making adjustments. You got to start making adjustments. Give us 3 solid cards on the undercard. Give us 3 solid cards. Give us a solid fight. Give us a solid co-main, and then give us a balling ass main. Or you could give us all 3 balling ass fights like that, and we cool. But a nigga got to get there at 5. Why the fuck is Bacoli and Jared Anderson fighting when it's still light outside? So even Turkey Al-Sheikh, as great as those cards on that he's giving us, that is technically pay-per-view worthy, he's gonna have to learn, bro. You still do, because you're a pup in this game. There's still bumps and bruises that you're gonna have to deal with, and go home and nurse and say, all right, yo, I can't do this again. That shit just doesn't work over here. Learn both of your markets, man. Learn how the Americans, learn how we, learn about the consumer base over here in America. Learn that we ain't come to see no motherfucking concert. Learn that. You can possibly get away with that shit in Riyadh. You can't get away with that shit over here. Could you imagine that nigga doing some shit like that in Brooklyn where they be booing fighters that's action-packed? So he still has learning to do as a fucking promoter. Stop with all these pay-per-views, man. We just got out of the era of the PBC just for y'all niggas to continue that bullshit. We can bang on Al Heyman. You can bang on these niggas. Stop punishing the consumer, man. We regular 9-to-5 niggas. We ain't no millionaires. You ain't gonna see us pop up at every fight. You ain't gonna see us do that. Why? Because our bank account won't allow it. I'm a family of 5. You think I can just pour $80 out every other month or every month or twice a month to feed some niggas who ain't gonna feed me? No. That shit is real unfair. And this is not how you grow the sport. I don't give a fuck how much money you putting into the sport. You can't put money. You can't grow the sport when you're charging people to pay. You're charging people to watch fighters that they don't even know. This shit is illogical. This is so fucking illogical. I don't understand how y'all don't understand this shit as boxing promoters. As a boxing promoter, nobody knows Charles Martin, and the rep that he had up here was he was a cherry pick for Anthony Joshua. Nobody knows Luis Ortiz. Y'all niggas keep thinking that because motherfuckers bang on these fucking forums that these forums speak for the entire world or the entire population in America, and it doesn't even speak for the casual. They don't know these niggas, and you gonna put them behind a paywall. People do not know Shakur Stevenson like that, and even if they did his last performance, they were upset with him. Motherfuckers over here ain't got a clue who Jai Opataya is because we don't have any stock, and we have no real estate in the cruiserweight division. You think we gonna know who Jao Pataya is? And think that it's okay to put that shit on the undercard? No. You think we know who the fuck Fabio Worley and Fraser Clark is up here? No. You gonna charge us for that, and then turn around and charge us for the fuck, and then turn around and try to charge us again. Yeah, we're getting charged for the same event twice. Twice. That's wild work. That is wild. I'm not doing it, bro. And I'm gonna publicly come out and let y'all niggas know I'm not paying for this fight. I'm a bum nigga, and I'm gonna be a bum ass nigga that day because I'm not paying. That shit is getting streamed. That shit is getting streamed. Y'all are hurting the sport that I love. Y'all are hurting the sport that I solely watch. I don't watch basketball nearly as much as I watch boxing. I don't watch this. I've said it once and I'm gonna say it again. This is a forgotten about sport. It gets no coverage on ESPN, and they air fights on ESPN. We've gone past the days of, bro. I still got people telling me we ain't had no good fighters since Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Them niggas fought damn near a decade ago. You're telling me we ain't came across no quality fighters in 10 years. No quality fighters in 10 years, bro. No quality fight. That's how disenchanted people are with the boxing public here in America. Shit is ridiculous, man. It's past ridiculous. Hold up. Pause. Pause. Hold up. Yeah. He's picking up all the fucking shit. Okay, cool. Word. We had a storm up here a few weeks back. And I told y'all, you know, that a tree knocked down, fell down across the street from me. And they just now came and picked the residue and the branches and all that, the sticks up from it about a week or so ago. We got a youngin' over here getting the scraps, so shout out to him. We got to compensate him for that. But yeah, bro, boxing is the least talked about sport here in America, or one of them. There's no reason why boxing should be getting less airtime than hockey. I think hockey gets more time. People are getting more familiar with hockey. There's no reason why boxing should not be talked about in the same capacity as baseball, basketball, and football. This is combat, dog. Max Kellerman said it best. If you see a fight, if you're watching a game and you see a fight break out on the other side of the court, you are going to divert all your attention to the fight that's going down over there. Because that is just, we're carnal motherfuckers, carnal beings. We want violence. But yet, this is a sport that's practically forgotten. It's a distant memory. It's a distant memory on a sports network. It's a distant memory on a sports network that airs fights. There's no reason why Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. Who else is over there? Who else? Who else? Like what other note? Shakur Stevenson, Naoya Inoue. All these fights, all of these, they're not necessarily. I don't think Naoya Inoue is a top ranked fighter, but his fights air on Top Rank. Why do we give maybe one or two shows that have a brief moment to interview these fighters so you can become familiar with them? A sports network that airs fights, dog. We get very little coverage of that sport. And y'all still got the nerve to want to put the shit behind a paywall, man. Get Turkey the Sheik the fuck up out of here, bro. Get him out of here. If this the dumb shit that you gonna do, we can do without you. Some fights deserve to be behind the paywall. The majority of them don't. We did not get these many pay-per-views when we had two juggernauts in the sport. We had two juggernauts in the sport. And they did not get all their fights put behind no fucking paywall. And we got 4 fights between the two of them in a calendar year. Canelo came shortly after that. Canelo was justified. But I'm not paying no fucking $80, not $90 to watch him beat the shit out of Edgar Berlanga. Where is the consideration of the blue collar man? This is not no rich man sport. And this is not how you grow the brand by continuing to punish niggas for wanting to watch the sport. This is not how you grow your brand. Eddie Hearn, you gotta do, because I just spent the past few years defending you, my nigga. You gonna have to do something about this. All these Riyadh cars do not need to be put behind the paywall. They just do not. They do not. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua has came over here and showed that he can sell over here. All right, yo, that's justifiable. Canelo, that's justifiable. Those are the only two fights that should be behind the paywall, off rip. All these other fights, we can, depending on the buzz and the attention that attracts of the fight, we can maybe see if that'll work. But for the most part, all you other niggas do not need to be put behind no paywall. Better be Evan Bivol. All right, that was a little bit understandable. Let's stack this undercard and put it behind the paywall. Understandable. But I gotta pay $80 to watch Shakur Stevenson beat the ever living shit out of a dude in Joe Cordina, who just got stopped in a smaller division. I'm paying $80 for that main event. I don't fucking think so, my nigga. That shit is not happening. No. That shit is not happening. I refuse. I fucking refuse. Shit is cornball bullshit, man. But that's how I'm feeling about it, man. Y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think, bro. I went on a tangent and I've exhausted myself for speaking on it, yo. So y'all let me know if I'm right or if I'm wrong, yo.